Este segmento es presentado por Macroplaza Mall, el lugar especial en Pasadena, Texas.
Sí, positivo no es los puntos, pero es muy difícil después de eso, pero hemos visto que tenemos muchas ocasiones, 3, 4, 5 ocasiones, y no podemos terminar esas ocasiones. Y está muy difícil para nosotros porque Canadá ha hecho 6 ocasiones, 4 goles, y es la diferencia entre Canadá y Martinica ahí. Y podemos decir que el equipo de Canadá es más fuerte que Martinica cuando hemos visto el partido.
¿Físicamente o...?
No físicamente, técnicamente era los medios campos. Y la organización de Canadá está buena al centro. Y Martinica no podemos rivalizar, como se dice en español eso, con esa organización contra Canadá. Pero mientras que podemos ver que tenemos muchas ocasiones y tenemos que gol más veces que eso.
Gracias.
¿Qué tal, coach? Primero que nada, buena tarde. ¿Qué se espera de su selección en esta Copa Oro? Y si ve fuertes a los siguientes rivales, a México, Estados Unidos, Costa Rica, ¿qué podemos ver de Martinica a lo largo de la Copa Oro?
Antes de este partido esperamos mucho, pero ahí debemos que hacer nuevos objetivos. Ahí debemos que jugar los próximos partidos con mucha fuerte. Tenemos el último partido México y antes de Cuba debemos que hacer una reacción muy fuerte contra Cuba para terminar bien esta fase de grupo. Pero antes de este partido, el objetivo de Martinica está de pasar en los cuartos de finales, pero ahí vamos a ver tranquilamente con los jugadores cómo todo está bien, el espíritu, todo esto, para ver cómo cada jugador está bien para continuar bien la compétition de la Copa de Oro. Les prix un petit peu plus haut pour essayer de revenir au score. Hein. Donc après, on savait qu'on s'exposait à ce que le milieu de terrain du Canada prenne le jeu et surtout trouve des solutions dans notre dos. Et je crois que ça, c'est peut-être la petite erreur qu'on a fait à un moment donné sur ça.
Any questions, please? Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I think I liked the clean sheet and 4 goals. I mean, it's just great for the players. They were excited. They wanted. You heard Scott Arfield say they wanted to make a statement in the first game. But again, you have to win the first match, and that's the only thing that was in our mind. And I'm just happy the way they won the game. That was important to us. Milan did a good job to keep a clean sheet. Atiba Hutchinson, Derek Cornelius did I think a wonderful job back there. Martinique had a lot of threat on the transition with great pace, but just to see us play the way we played at times, there was some real quality, and I just as a football fan, not just a coach, enjoyed watching the boys go out there and express themselves. Yeah, Jonathan David. I mean, I just think he's been a little bit underrated. He's gone not underrated. That's the wrong word. Under the radar would be where he's been, but he's been one of our most consistent players. Every Nations League game he seems to bang a goal in. He's had a very good season at his club. And I think any questions on, could he handle the big moments for the national team? I mean, that was a big moment for him. He's like an iceman. He's able to slow it right down in the box, wait for a keeper to sit down and pick his moments. I mean, that's a real special quality of a striker. So, proud of him. Proud. I mean, I'm sure his family are bloody proud as well. What a moment.
Go ahead.
Hi, Ivan Yo, Prost America. Let's talk about the play of your...
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough to we've got so many top midfielders, Russell Tybert, Mark Anthony Kerr, Atiba Hutchinson, and I guess people might have been scratching their heads when they see Tiba, who's arguably one of our best players ever playing at centre back. But when you look at that midfield, we've been pretty consistent with that group for a while now, and you can see how fluid and in tune they are. They pretty much quarterback the game for us, and it's early days as well. It was our first test. I thought they did well, but there's work needs done. I don't think we'll be. I'm not happy with everything in that game, put it that way. And I think the midfield, while going forward, they did a tremendous job. There's a bit of work to be done going the other way, but I can't criticise them because they wanted goals today. So it was almost like bloody Kevin Keegan at Newcastle United. You had to give them those free reins and to let them score more than the opposition today.
John Archbell with CONCACAF.com. You had some...
They knew it was concentration. What had happened, you could see they started looking at the clock and started looking at, going in at half-time with 1-0. So the movement had stopped. We'd stopped controlling the tempo of our possession. That was a bit disappointment, but it'll be a learning for them. And I think they know we've just got to stick to our identity, and it'll take care of itself. So at half-time, I think they knew, but what I shared with them at half-time was just the things they'd done really well. I thought they'd nullified a lot of the threats that Martinique, we thought tactically would bring, and we just had to clean up the transition. They started to leave a lot of players in the gaps behind our fullbacks, so there was just a bit more awareness of that moment. Real fluidity across that front group. I mean, we've got Hoylett, Davies, Miller. Yeah, I mean, I could start with any of them, I think, and play them left, right. I think obviously David's got more flexibility of playing in the middle and out wide. He's played both those positions in the last 6 games. So again, that's what I like about Jonathan. He's got a real flexibility to his game because his IQ is so high. His tactical IQ is very high.
Good.
Mexico's scored, I don't know, they score minimum 3 goals every game. That's under Tata, that's been the trend. So I think there's a genuine reality check when you come up against a team that's so prolific. We have to give that some real attention. I think that's part of it. But at the same time, I think the Canadian DNA in these matches has been typically to defend. I think we've got a little bit more about us now. So, the players are excited for this game. But also you've got to think about, we've got 3 games in the group phase, 3 days, travel, altitude. There's opportunities to rotate players because I think our squad's a little bit deeper. And, that Mexico match, I know there's some players really looking forward to it. But, again, this is a tournament. We'll probably see the Mexicans, if it goes to plan, later in the tournament. So, again, how much we want to show them in this first game is also something to keep consideration.
Yeah, Tom Marshall.
Yeah, it is. I think it is a good moment for us, but for us, it is the end in mind about what we're doing through the tournament. These 3 games in such a short spell, we have to manage our players carefully. I think as a coach, you have to always weigh that up. Do you want to go back to back with certain players, or do you want to rest them knowing that you've got a tough match against Cuba coming up in the 3rd match in 36 degrees heat in Charlotte, coming off the back of altitude? And if anyone knows the sports science behind playing at altitude, it's a long recovery process. So we've got to really think about how we approach that game. We've got a plan in mind, and again, we got our 3 points today, good goal difference. Our goal is to get out of this group and to face whoever it is in their quarter-final, and again, hopefully we see Mexico in the semi. So again, just the answer, it's managing the tournament. That's what we've got to do in that game.
The middle, please.
Este segmento fue presentado por Macro Plaza Mall, el lugar especial en Pasadena, Texas.